Hey guys, it's Pastor Kurt here, and I hope you're having a good day. It is early Sunday morning. It's not even light outside yet. And it's kind of rainy and nasty. Just not good weather to go and play outside and do all the things that I usually like to do. But I was wondering if you have ever had a bad day. Um, if you've ever had a day where everything just didn't really go your way, where maybe at school you didn't get the lunch you wanted, or you forgot your homework, or maybe you just had a day where you were just in a bad mood. You know, you were grumpy and angry, and everything seemed to irritate you, and your brothers and sisters just drove you nuts. Have you ever had a day like that? I sure have. I have them often, I feel like. But the book of John in the Bible tells us about the worst day that ever happened. It was the day that Jesus died on the cross. It was the day where everything went wrong. It was the most awful, terrible, horrible, worst day ever in human history. It was awful. And there's something really special about John. In John chapter 19 specifically, John tells us something just wonderful about Jesus and about who he is. See, when I have bad days, I tend to not be a very nice person. I don't know if that's what happens with you, but when I'm having a bad day, when I'm grumpy, when I'm angry, I don't tend to be very nice to the people around me. I tend to be pretty angry and grumpy and just not somebody that you'd want to be around. But that's not what happens to Jesus. That's not the way that Jesus acts when he has the worst day ever. In fact, John tells us that Jesus' mom was Mary, and she was still alive when Jesus died. And as Jesus is dying, and in the worst moment of the worst day ever, Jesus makes sure that his mom is going to be taken care of. He tells his friend John to be sure to take care of his mom. And that's just wonderful to me to think about that Jesus, on his worst day, was still caring for the people around him. And if he did that on his worst day, then that means that you and me, we can trust that Jesus is going to take care of our every need, that he will never have a day that is so bad that he stops caring for us, that he is always going to take care of you and me. That's wonderful. Sometimes when we need things from people, right? If we need somebody to bring us something, or we need somebody to do something for us, sometimes we worry that they might forget, right? That they might need to be reminded, right? That's sometimes why we remind our parents when they said that we were going to do something. We remind them again and again and again. Hey, remember when you said, right? Remember we were going to go to this place. Remember we were going to go get this thing, because we're worried they might forget, or that there might be something that happens in their life that distracts them, and they forget about what they were going to do for us. But that never happens with Jesus. That's what John is telling us. That's why Jesus is so wonderful. He never forgets to take care of us. There's nothing that ever happens to him that will make him forget about you. Isn't that wonderful? That's why the gospel is good news. The gospel tells us that Jesus is always going to care for us, that he's provided for our biggest needs. And so we can trust him. We can take every time you have a care or a worry, every time you have something that you're worried about, you can go to Jesus and tell him about it because he cares for you. I hope you'll think about that today. It's been great getting to talk to you a little bit about who Jesus is in the book of John. Hope you have a great day, and we'll talk to you soon.